Durban, Durban, Durban. What did I do to you in a previous life to justify you completely crapping all over me this weekend? The A1GP weekend in Durban is not what I would classify as stellar success by any means. We were completely uncompetitive all weekend, and just as we started to kind of pick up the pace by race time, I got speared in the first corner of the first lap, and then later that lap, the first one, my motor blew, just to add insult to injury. So it was, it just kind of capped off a really bad weekend. But don't worry, we've worked everything out, we've got it all sorted. Next time in Mexico, you'll see something a little bit different. That definitely qualified, I think, as the low light of my entire weekend. Everything that happened on track. And highlights of the weekend, well, there's some funny stories. I mean, the PR event on Thursday was quite fun. They took us to this local theme park kind of thing, and they took us shark cage diving, which honestly, it sounds a lot more exotic and dangerous than it really was. It was basically a big fish tank. We had a little cage, and there was some sharks just kind of, very tame and floating around. I was hoping they would kind of throw some red meat in there and really get them aggressive and all aggravated and stuff, but they didn't do it. So I tried throwing Team USA driver Jonathan Somerton into the tank to try and get them all stirred up. Still nothing. It was a bit disappointing. And then another funny situation was when we first got there. GBR driver Oliver Jarvis and I need to go to a shopping mall because, of course, the airline lost my luggage. I mean, why would I want luggage? And so we were going to go to a mall to just buy me some clothes so I could get out of the disgusting threads that I've been wearing for over 48 hours at that point, from when I had left my house to then. You don't have to tell me how gross it is, I know. And we went up to the front desk and asked if there was an ATM around because I needed to get out some rand, the local currency here. And they kind of stared at me for a second as if I was about to say, no, just kidding, I don't want to use an ATM, are you crazy? And so when they realized that I actually did want to use an ATM, they got all concerned for a second, looked at each other and said, well, yeah, okay, there's an ATM machine, but it's it's just down the street, so I'll call a security guard and then he can walk you down there. Oh, it's one of those kind of places. Not to mention the big sign when we walked in the hotel was like, welcome, A1GP, thanks for coming to Durban. P.S. Don't walk to the track in groups of less than 3. The track was literally a 2.5-minute walk from the hotel. You weren't allowed to walk in groups of less than 3. So, Durban is a nice city, but not what I would call my number one tourist destination. However, I've since moved on to Cape Town, which is actually where I'm filming this from, and Cape Town is stunning. Either way, weekend in Durban, some funny experiences, but overall just really not a good weekend. We're looking to make that one a little bit better next time out in Mexico. But before that, I've got testing in the Atlantic car in Laguna Seca. Houston went well. Let's see if we can do it all again in sunny California.